Okay guys, I'm going to take a quick look at your project, see what's going on here, see if I can't give you any help. I think, I like this picture, but I'd rather see the actual promenade in space in the district or the city from above. I'd like to see some sort of aerial photo or something that gives me a better sense of what it is, but that's fine. I would say here, it's going to be hard to find this information. Obviously, you're not going to have that. I'm going to go forward here. Okay. So we got global. Let's see what we got. Right. Good. Okay. So the fact that it's in Paris. Would you like to say something about Paris being a global leader in design, or something about why this might be important on a global perspective? Was this the first one in the world? I think it was, or one of the first ones in the world. So maybe a little bit of analysis about why the fact that it's in Paris is important. You could say that for city, but really it's in terms of how that goes. So let's see, western part of Europe, total area. Okay, so where is Paris here? Oh, I would still mark that and make sure that's clearly located. I see what you grade out the map. Systems perspective. So the Highline Park was a railroad. It was built in 1985 and stopped working in 1986. The Highline Park was a railroad, or did it have a railroad? Was it originally a railroad? When was the... Is this supposed to be 1885? Or I'm a little confused here as to... Let's talk about... We are on global scale, so I don't know if this is really critical at this point. We're just talking about systems at a global scale. So here I would talk about rail, and rail became, I think maybe became defunct. Why did rail become defunct or out of date? So from a global standpoint, new technologies emerged. I might say new technologies emerged such as the automobile and planes that made trains obsolete. So you might want to just talk about a global trend here. Again, we're at global scale, so this picture might have been good at the cover, certainly that one on the cover. So talk about that. So from a let's put the year. So this right now, you guys are coming in very haphazard into that. So this was built. So the Highline was built 1995. When was this built, and why is it stone? In other words, why is it stone? And it may have something to do with when it was built. I think I need a history. I need some more history of this, of the actual train structure first. It would be really helpful. Again, this is global scale, but these pictures are really showing. Here I would just talk about, so the structure, this is really building scale or site scale. I don't need... Just trying to understand, I mean, really, this is just highlines in general at the global scale. Why they're here? Why? Why are these being built all around the world? Why are these being built? You could show pictures of them, but I wouldn't call this structure. I would save that for much later in the presentation. And I still don't have I'd still need an overall plan. Would be good to see, just to orient me before I see these images. So I have no idea if this is the actual Highline or it connects to the Highline. Yeah, so you're in global scale. So all of this stuff's got to move back further into the presentation. Now that's helpful. So yeah, so this is probably good. So again, move to site scale, I would say, for this. And then you're going to have some sort of analysis, which we'll get to in a minute. The first plans to convert the abandoned railroad into a promenade was proposed in 1983. Construction started in 1988. Now runs from the Bastille Opera to the Promenade, Paris, a bridge on the Promenade. The Promenade Plenty was the first elevated park in the world. How about that? But has since been copied. So this probably needs to be earlier in the presentation. When you say something's the first, you can say it's performance. I just think that information needs to be early on to understand the context. So didn't really understand why you had the little train there. I'm trying to go back quickly, but so I would get this slide up a lot earlier. Meatpacking. Oh, so this is the Highline in NYC, right? So this is a global. See, this is global. So you're talking about the impact of this leading to that, which is part of the story. So this might be your first slide, actually, for the group. So I know it's hard to understand the different scales and what they mean, but this is more what I'm looking at the global scale. Okay, so this is interesting. So analysis means, what does that mean? It means that more people need more open space, right? So you guys are going to have to start digging into this project to really get this to where you need it to be. And then you got some blanks here. So this is good. Now, what I need for this, so I don't really know the promenade yet. So this looks like it's on the ground. This video shows all the regional experience. Okay, I'll take a look at it. So what you need to do is you need to, this probably has a lot of stuff that you need. So all of this information that's in here has to be screenshot and brought into the presentation. In other words, you can't show a video and really you have to show individual images and show how they, yeah, there's the break. I got it. So what I would do here is, well, first off, let's go on global scale. So the first thing I realize is this is really, oh, you're in regional scale, so that's good. So what you need to do is take screenshots out. And by the way, I bet you that video had all kinds of stuff for, if I go back for these. I mean, all you got to do is look at that video and pull screenshots and look at those subtitles in the video, and that'll be your analysis. So I bet you that video explains it in a pretty rational way, in a pretty organized way. So the thing about analysis is you have to say why this is beautiful, why this is beautiful. B-E-A-U-T, right? So you can't just show a picture and say experience. You have to talk about why you think it might be a beautiful experience. So you guys have a lot to do on the city scale, district scale. So this could be a good map here. So let's think about this. Which district are we in? So which district? So this is a good map. I'm thinking this is Paris, although it's not labeled. And the district we're in is 1. I don't know. This would be very helpful to understand what these numbers mean and where this thing sits. So if I go back, right, oh, sorry. I'm just making another video for somebody. Sorry. So now I see that these numbers have to do with population. So right now I have no idea which district we're in. Maybe we're in 11. 11 is heavily populated. So is 13 and 15. It's kind of weird. Why is it so light? I'm not. It's kind of weird. You have 13. You have 15 has the highest population, but when you look at the color, but when you look at the colors on the map. Anyway, this could be very useful for helping me to understand where this is in the city and what district it's in. So I would spend some time on that pretty quickly. Okay, good. So this is a district map. Thank you. This is a section of Paris. And I see the trains coming in. So where is the promenade? Is it this guy right here? I think it might be, but you got to tell me. You got to assume I know nothing about the project. And it looks like it connects one park to another park potentially. There's a river here, so I just need to know more about this. That could be this could be a very useful drawing, and yeah, this should be the first drawing in the district scale. So you always want to let people know. I mean, you guys could go on Google and just make maps and at different scales and explain where this is. It looks like you guys need to spend more time. So. Both styles can be admired on the plumbing. Both styles. Which both styles? Modern and historical. All right. So if this is a reference, make it really small. So I don't know what that's interesting. Part of Old Paris also lies directly beneath you. Okay, so this is taken from the web, which is fine. Promenade itself is open from dawn to dusk, but boutique. So this is actually good general information. 50 arcades, this is really good. So this information needs to be spread out into multiple screens, multiple slides, so you can show me pictures of those things. So this is interesting. So there's an art focus to this. I didn't know that. So there's an art focus to this project, which has a lot to do with culture. So I think this information right here could be very, like, I don't know where Old Paris is. I'm going to assume that this is Old Paris, maybe. I mean, you got to think about the whole presentation and how it fits together. This is an interesting drawing. So this would be, okay, so there's the bridge. Oh, see, now I'm starting to understand it. See, this is actually really useful. So the thing connects from here to here in the district. That's why you had that train car. And that's why you have the promenade, you have the bridge. So this is actually really useful in explaining the project. So I would take, oh, look at that. You have the landscape architect. A lot of this could go into your first slide. It's pretty good. This is clearly taken right off Wikipedia or something. So what you have to do is use this to create images and link to images that might, or just describe images. So you have an abandoned line between the Bastille and the old Monte Porvos gate of the city. That's really useful, and this is actually very helpful. This is probably one of the most helpful slides to help me to understand how this thing functions. It's sort of a map, I guess. It's kind of very useful. And I'm just going to go forward. See, that's great. So this St. Brothers was created, the viaduct and top of which the rail service was also renovated and renamed viaduct. So that's kind of important, right, for the arts. These arcades were reconfigured the shops. Great. So that's great for the culture. Right, so this is all culture stuff. The problem is easily reached by metro. See, that's where I could really use a systems map to show how this connects into the regional system for public transportation. So is it good? Is it good that it connects to the arts? There has to be some analysis here. Sometimes you have to write things that are just really sound obvious but maybe aren't. So this is helpful. This is totally not for experience, but this gives me another map that helps me to understand it, I think. Oh, this is a park, right? This is Bastille. So this really is performance because it's a fact. It's more about how it works, but really it's just a map. So I don't know why it ends there. It's kind of odd. Oh, railway when it was. See, this is good history, guys. This is great history. What, like, aren't we supposed to be doing this throughout time? And by the end of the project, demolishing Bastille and replacing it with Opera Bastille was conducted. So that's interesting. Until 2010, the year the High Line was built, Promenade was the only existing elevated park built on railway duct in the world. That seems like global scale stuff, info. So you really got to go into these, cut and paste them into separate sentences and separate passages, and then find pictures to go with it. So that could be really interesting. All right, so I gave you a little bit of feedback. You guys have a lot of work to do. I wouldn't wait too long. And you just kind of have to start filling up these slides and try to classify things. If you look at this, I'm really looking for, do you have the right information in the right quadrants with the right kind of graphic information? You really should read this. This should help you understand how the grading is going. Now, I think it's a tricky assignment, so I'm not going to be too hard on you guys, but got to get